Have you ever wondered what therapy is like, or what your loved ones talk about when they are with their therapist? Well, now you can be a fly on the wall in a real therapy session, an unnoticed observer. During this episode, you'll hear a real group therapy session with a modern twist. Our group therapy sessions are done as a mock podcast where participants are encouraged to have open dialogue about their mental health and addiction challenges. As an observer of this episode, we hope that you will learn something helpful for those among us whose struggles often go unnoticed. All personally identifiable information has been removed for the privacy of the participants. Thank you for listening. The Meadow Glade is a rehabilitation center specializing in mental health and eating disorders. Located in Moore Park, California, the Meadow Glade fosters an environment of wholesome healing, supporting the transition back to a self-sufficient, harmonious lifestyle. Offering both outpatient and residential treatment, the Meadow Glade works with clients from all over the country, offering optional housing on a private 24-acre estate of rolling hills, secret gardens, avocado groves, and sprawling pastures with horses on site. You or your loved one will enjoy an individualized treatment program with individual and group therapy, along with creative methods like equine and art therapy. Most major insurance plans are accepted, and our program specialists can help you every step of the way. Give us a call today at 888-619-0676 to learn more.
It's a big day here. It's Shakira's last day and returning to the show. What do you remember what your name was when you were here on the show?
I think it was Jasmine.
Mm-hmm. That rings a bell.
I think it was Jasmine.
Returning to the show is Jasmine, who was here a year ago. You were in this facility?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Time really flies. How are you? I mean, obviously you're back, but talk about it.
I'm back. I'm just like, all right, yeah, I'm back because I don't really know. I didn't want to be homeless, so. And the doctor behind me was like, hey, they have an open. And I was like, hey, okay, I'll go. She was like, you should spend the night at your dad's. And my dad was like, no. So I went back to my boyfriend's, and then I was like, I'm going to rehab, da-da-da. And he was like, what? I was like, yep. I was like, either you wait for me, or you don't. You show me that you weren't important to me anyway. So, So I'm here.
Why were you going to be homeless?
Because me and my boyfriend got evicted from our place March 1st. We moved in with his best friend, but we weren't paying rent. They said we had a month to start paying rent. It was already a month, and my boyfriend didn't have a job. And then they were like, well, she has to go. And he was like, no, we'll both just be homeless together in a car, da-da-da, and all this, really irrational bullshit. And then he was like, I was like, no, I'll just go into this, and after I go into the foster system and go into a group home, just till I'm 18, because I'll be 18 in 4 months anyways, so, yeah.
Well, that sort of brings us up to speed a little bit. Were you using again?
A little. I mean, I was after I left more so, but this year, not really. I just, smoked weed here and there, drank beers here and there, but never, to the point where I was, super, super drunk. But that was more
you
last
just weren't sober.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you back. I'm glad you came back. I think it's great.
Thanks.
And you been talking this week or what?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm going to come here one week and everyone's going to be like, we can't get him to shut up. He's the most talkative guy here now. I don't think we're there yet, but we're getting there.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think it'll happen.
I think it can happen.
Maybe
you think it'll happen?
I'll be
He's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, for sure. What's with the long stare?
No reason.
No reason?
Just trying to get to know you.
Okay. It's good if someone gets stare in your eyes and you don't get uncomfortable, you know you're doing good in life because like I said last time, the eyes are the window to the soul, and it's really true because you look into somebody's eyes, you look into the person. It's like the only thing you can look into somebody and stare into someone's eyes. It's a little uncomfortable, for you, odds are it's more uncomfortable for them.
Yeah.
But it's a good gauge to know where you're at.
Are you testing
When somebody can stare into your eyes and you're like, I'm relatively fine with this, you know? And I am relatively fine with it. I'm curious about it, but I don't feel like if somebody stares at you for a long time and you start feeling guilty, you know, it's because you're probably guilty, you know, like about something, you know? And once you kind of clear the guilt, you could be stared at and it's fine. I'm stare proof, you know?
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Shakira's last group. First, an opening statement, Shakira. Talk about your experience here.
It's been good. It's been hard.
Okay. You're literally multitasking right now.
It's been hard coming back, but I think it was worth it.
What did you gain from this time around?
I spoke a lot more about my childhood.
Well, you're very obsessed with your nail right now.
I'm trying to get them out.
All right, just finish that, and then we'll talk. Because I want you to be able to put your all into it.
Okay, my all's in it.
All right.
I don't know. It's been different than last time because I was more open. And I'm more like motivated, I guess, to do well. So yeah.
So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
One thing we do here for like a last group. Who here's been here for a last group of somebody? Yes, yes. Okay, so we go around and we share a memory, and then we give a compliment. Then the person receiving the compliment repeats the compliment. And like if, for instance, you say to someone, "You are strong," they would go, "I am strong." And the rest of the group would go, "Yes, you are," to reaffirm it. So I'll kick it off, and if we have time, you can go around and tell a memory and a compliment to everybody too.
Okay.
Just depends how long this goes, because I don't want to like make anybody curb their time. Really give your time, give your thought about it. And you haven't been here that long with Shakira, but you can have some memory. I'm sure you have some impression. So I want to talk about the first thing that comes to mind is like a month or so ago when we were sitting outside for group and you talked about a conversation that we'd had way back about being adopted. Mm-hmm. And you were like, you remembered that I told you like it's even more special that you're that special that a family like who's not even your family that has to love you loves you. And what struck me about the fact that resonated with you was the fact that like when you first came back in here, you did have this attitude of like, I remember that fight that you had and you're like, I don't care if my family is part of family session. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you have a right to have your family there. Everybody else does. And you're like, I just don't care. And I was like thinking she doesn't feel like she deserves them to be there. And I think we talked about that at the time. I was like, you know you deserve it, same as everybody else deserves it. And so fast forwarding back to that conversation we had outside, I realized that you had actually internalized not just that feeling of being accepted, but the idea that you have a family. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's huge. Like, you belong somewhere, and you finally kind of accepted that.
Yeah.
And to me, that will be like the biggest thing that I can think of that changed of you being here this time around. But also I want to say that you are way smilier, like now than you were. You came in here. I remember feeling like you came in here pretty damaged this time around, where like you almost felt hopeless. And I feel like you're leaving here, opposed to last time, way more hopeful.
Yeah.
Can you stop spinning?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's me.
So what I want to say is,
Thank you.
and I'm not pausing because I don't have anything to say. I'm actually torn between a few compliments. But I wanted to kind of hit you with the one that I think is really the most true and the most like really resonates. And I think it's that that you're an optimist. I don't think you used to be, but I think you've become an optimist since you've been here. Like so many in our recent groups, so many times, I remember you jumping in on the conversation and lending, and I think you probably all remember this, like she'll lend a really optimistic view to whatever the discussion is, where you're like, no, it's more like this. And and everybody's like, yeah, that's a really good way to look at it. And I remember feeling like the first time you did that, I was like, whoa, that's a change. Like, you didn't used to be the optimist of the group. Actually, I think you kind of came in a pessimist.
Yeah.
And then you kind of became like neutral. And then you slowly, like, with like the help of other group members that have since left, like you became very optimistic, and you kind of like adopted a lot of, like you learned a lot from them.
Yeah.
And you really adopted a lot of that attitude and that personality. And I think it really suits you well. So my compliment is that you're incredibly optimistic.
I'm optimistic.
Yes, you are.
are.
And that is a compliment. It's not an observation. It's good to be optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. So, who wants to go next? Maxwell.
Oh, God.
I think you are. No, I know that. I want to say extraordinary, but that's too much.
Too much. No, I'm kidding.
Too much alert.
You just.
What if I set you down for it? You've gone way too far with that compliment.
You should tone it down a bit.
How do I
Take
phrase
it down
this?
to a 6.
You're just. I don't know how to put it into words, so I'm going to use a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
You're really funny, you're smart, and creative. I don't know if there's a word for all three of those, but you are those. And you use every bit of that to make who you are, you. And each part of you is like a completely amazing part. I don't know how to explain it. You're just so cool. And like this rainbow. And it takes forever to figure out how you're a rainbow. But when you find out that you're a rainbow, you make sure you're a rainbow all the time.
What does it mean to be a rainbow?
Colorful. There we go. You're colorful. You're very colorful. Yeah, that's...
Thank you.
Wow. Coming from the person who loves the darkness.
Yeah.
Wow. The person who always says, this is going to be dark. I wrote something, this song is going to be dark. I got the story, this is going to be dark.
Lost the song game.
I still make those songs.
So,
He still sings them on his ukulele.
from somebody who's been talking nonstop about the darkness comes a compliment about the color and light. Because that's what rainbows are. They're fragments of light.
You have to say memory.
Oh, memory?
But wait. You have to first repeat the compliment. It doesn't matter if you do the memory first or the compliment.
I am colorful.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
And now you share a memory. If you're having a hard time thinking of one, think of something that kind of encompasses your compliment. An example of
Let's see.
a time when.
Pass.
Nope.
I can't think of like a certain one. There's so many.
So just pick one. And by the way, like when you say like you're really colorful, think about a time like, oh, I remember that time when you were very colorful, or you were really funny or smart. Think of a time that reminds you of. Or it could just be as simple as remember that time we were playing that card game and blah blah blah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something that like means a lot to me. You really helped me like get out of that funk. And even when I was still in the funk, you would like help me distract myself and be, by being smart and clever and colorful and all those wonderful things that you are, you help me move on from like, hey, let's go kill each other, from, hey, why don't we play a game of cards and be happy? You can change someone's mood just like that, in a positive way. But I remember, like, I was having a really hard time, and you were there for me, and you were like, hey, let's do something else, let's be fun. And you made jokes about it, which made me laugh. And then I started joking about it.
Yeah.
But darkly. Yeah. But, yeah, you've helped me out of that. And I don't think I would be here if you didn't help me out of that funk. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. Did you know that about yourself?
Not really.
Microphone.
Not really.
What part didn't you know?
Like being able to change someone's mood, or like them noticing it.
You didn't know that you could do that?
Like I know I would try. Like I remember trying, but I don't know. I guess like I didn't know the other person would notice it.
Well, you know now.
Yeah.
Wow. It's pretty impressive that you can do that. That's a rare quality. Because to take somebody from a place, here's what makes it rare. A lot of people can kind of like brighten up somebody's day or like help them crack a smile or make a joke. But if you could take somebody who's in the pit of emotional distress, right? Like when they're in it, when they're in that cloud, and you can transform them out of that, that's impressive. Like, you know, when some people will say like, just let me cool down. All right, let me cool down. Give me some time, and then like, let's talk. They're saying that because the other person, whether, you know, it's no fault of theirs, but they don't possess the ability to sort of bring them out of it. So the other person is saying to them, let me naturally get out of it and give it some time, and then I'll be open or receptive to you. But the rare person that comes along, like you, that can actually fight through the cloud in the moment, where somebody's not like, and it'll still happen, I'm sure, sometimes, where someone will be like, give me my space, but the fact that you're ever able to do that is huge, because most people can never do that. And what Maxwell is saying is that you can come in to the middle of the storm and settle it. That's pretty important to know about yourself. It's pretty huge.
Thank you.
All right, sync.
Shakira girl.
I'm going to the restroom.
Yeah, come right back.
I'll start with a memory.
Okay.
Let me think. Probably one of my favorite memories is just seeing you surf and like seeing how happy you were surfing. Like today,
I like that. Thank
today and the other day, like last Wednesday. It was just like really cool to be able to see you get up and do something that I personally really enjoy, and it was really cool to see that. And I just want to say, for the compliment, I think you're really strong. You're literally one of the strongest girls I know. You were like emotionally and physically and flexible, but we're not talking about that. But you're really strong, because with all the crap that you've been through, all the stuff that has happened to you throughout your life, you have been able to get out of that. And that is really hard to do. I don't think I know anyone else that could have done that with all the stuff that you have gone through. And I really appreciate like seeing that. Like, it is amazing. You are very strong.
Thank you. I'm very strong.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
That's also a pretty powerful statement. And like, take a moment to internalize that one. Everything that you've been through, and you've been through a lot, and you've gotten up multiple times and fought. What's your name on the show again? Jasmine. Like, Jasmine is back, right? You guys are both so resilient. Like, it's like you've been knocked down, and then you tried to get up, and it didn't work. And a lot of people will be like, all right, well, I tried. But not you. You just got up and got up and got up until you started making breakthroughs. So great compliment.
Yeah, and like when you were surfing, you just kept trying to get up, and when you finally got it, you were riding some gnarly waves, bro.
Thank you.
You're a fighter.
Yeah. You are.
You want to say anything about that compliment back to think before we move on?
Well, I appreciate it because, like, it's nice to hear it.
Yeah.
Someone else, like, sees it in you. And
Yeah, I get that because you don't always believe it yourself, but
Yeah.
it really helps to hear it from someone
or I'm
else.
like, am I doing the right thing? Am I really that strong? Like,
Yeah,
and then
you're
hearing it.
very strong, both emotionally and physically. So
yeah, it makes me feel good.
Cool. Who wants to go next? Jasmine, you want to go next? Since we're keeping in this circle.
I have no memories with you.
Did you just get here today?
No. I got here Monday night.
Okay.
But I've been sleeping kind of most of today. Yesterday I didn't talk to no one.
Okay.
Monday it was like already nighttime kind of.
So we'll do first impressions in this case. Because you don't have memories. So first impressions of Shakira.
I don't know. I try not to make impressions off. I don't know. We haven't had one conversation. I haven't heard anything about her story. I know nothing about her.
Really? Wow. So what do you think about just sitting here and listening to us talk about her?
You seem cool. But, I mean, like, you haven't opened it up at all since I've been here, so I wouldn't be able to agree with anything anyone said.
You are two ships passing in the night. You have a lot in common, too.
Yeah, I've heard.
But she's leaving as you're arriving.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame because you would have been good friends. I know it. But when do you leave?
Sunday.
You have a little time. You have a little time to get to know each other. But, yeah, that's fair. All right. Remind me your name on the show.
1 second. Robert.
Robert. You're up.
About what?
Share a memory about Shakira and then give Shakira a compliment.
When we did one truth and one lie, or two truths and a lie.
Yeah. What about it?
I remember that.
What do you remember about it? Be a little more specific.
The game.
Go on.
With
Take us back there. What happened at that game?
we were writing two truths and one lie.
Do you remember what any of the truths or the lies were?
No.
Well, that seems like a truth. What about that game was memorable or fun to you?
It was just a fun game.
Were you guys cracking each other up or what?
Yes.
And how did Shakira fit into that memory for you?
I was there.
Yeah, she was there.
Was she making you laugh?
Yeah.
Don't I always?
Yes, you do.
Do you want to give her a compliment?
No.
Well, you have to.
Oh, nice face.
All right, there's actually a rule you can't make it physical.
Oh, you can't?
No, because it's too easy. You got to go a little deeper than that.
I like the way you laugh.
Thank you.
Wow. What do you like about it?
How it sounds.
Does it make you happy?
Huh?
Does it make you happy?
Yeah.
So it's like an infectious joy?
Yes.
That's a pretty good compliment.
I have a good laugh.
I would say you have an infectious joy even because
Yes,
he's saying your laugh. That's pretty cool actually. It's pretty deep because he's saying that when you're happy, it makes him happy. That's what he's saying. That's the core of it, right? It's the fact that when she laughs, there's something about that sparks something in you that makes you happy. It's like she's able to spread that joy to you just by the fact that she's happy.
Okay.
I mean, that is what you're communicating here.
All right.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Okay.
That's like a connection right there.
All right.
You're not under interrogation here, you know?
Okay.
Okay. You want to add anything else to that?
Well, are you gonna miss me?
No.
I knew you would say that. I like your shoes.
Thank you.
Do you like my shoes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No.
Yes,
No.
but he doesn't like to talk about him.
No.
Why don't you like to talk about them?
I do not have a brother or a sister.
Do you have a non-binary friend?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Why do you say that he does have brothers and sisters that he doesn't want to talk about?
Because his dad said that on the phone.
Do they live with you?
I don't have a brother or a sister.
So why did your dad say it?
My dad didn't say anything.
Well, which one of you is lying?
No one's lying.
So you're both.
So you do and you don't have brothers and sisters.
I was about to.
What? What is about to what?
Drop the mic.
Oh, man. All right, do you want to go back around now and share some memories and some compliments with the rest of the group?
Sure. Okay. A memory with you? Well, I'm just going to say, I love your story with your dog in Costco. I'll never forget that. Just keep bringing your dog to Costco and saying it's your child is hilarious.
Thank you.
A compliment is... I'm sorry.
So sick.
Let me think how to word this. I'm just gonna say, like, I'm gonna say my compliment. I think you're super intelligent. But like, to explain it, I love your point of view on everything. Like, anytime anything happens and then we bring it to this group, I'm always like excited to see what you would have to, like, your perception of it would be, because you always look at things so differently than people and in like a new way that like I wouldn't have thought of. And I really like that about you. And
I like that about you too.
yeah, I think you're really intellectual and smart.
Thank you, guys. Wow, I feel very like warm inside from that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. It means a lot. Oh, I have a great perspective on things.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Okay. Asshole. Maxwell. Wow. I'm just gonna say, my memory with you is
Strawberries.
no, is when you woke up in the morning and you thought you peed yourself. And I just won't ever forget that because you were so sincere and you're like, did I pee myself? Just tell me, because I really think I might have peed myself. Because me and spilled water all over him. So I just thought that was hilarious that you like pulled me aside and you're like, did I pee myself? And I wasn't going to be so nice, but I told you didn't. Are you looking at yourself in the mirror? Yeah. I knew it. My compliment to you is, I think you're like this light. Like, when I first met you, you didn't have really any light in you, I guess I would say. Yeah. And then, like, I was writing your letter today, happens to be, I wrote this on your letter. Like, you have this light in your eyes now that you didn't have before. And I love seeing you smile and laugh, because I never, ever thought I would see you smile, ever, or laugh. Like, I never thought I would see that. And you're, like, smiling right now.
Yeah,
which is
and
crazy.
like I thought you were just gonna be zombified when you came back, but you were perfect.
Yeah. So, my compliment is you have a light that I love.
Thank you. I have a light.
Yes, you
Yes,
do.
you
Yes,
do.
you do.
Wow. How's that for you saying that?
Not dark.
Like, pretty,
It's positive.
in contrast to, like,
Yeah.
anything I've ever heard you say about yourself.
No. I'm usually like this dark emo soulless thing.
You have a changing identity. It's shifting.
know.
You're becoming
Maybe I
lighter.
have multi-person. What's that called? Borderline or something?
No. I
No?
think
I think
Oh,
you
that's
just
good.
changed.
yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
You don't
Thank you,
need a
guys.
diagnosis for growth.
You are not your
Aw.
diagnosis.
And your
I have.
diagnosis
I
is
do.
not something other than what?
I don't know, I just wanted the table too.
Okay. Sink.
Think.
Sorry. Remember last week?
Sink.
You left the table
he
because
came
you
up
were
with it.
so mad. Was it last week? That was so funny. That's probably
what?
also one of my favorite memories.
Thanks.
When,
I missed it. I was explaining
last
something.
week when he was like so mad because we were all using our real names and he like ran away. He was like, I'm done.
I quit.
You like take off your stuff. Okay. Let me think of a memory. Trying to think of a good one. First of all, you changed a lot from when you first came. I just want to say.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking back, I'm like, whoa, he wasn't the same person. I guess a memory would just be every morning writing your good luck charm.
Yep.
I'm really good. I miss that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for
I
you
do too.
that you're not on the patch, but I miss
Yeah. I miss that too.
that.
On my nicotine patch, she would like write me a good luck charm every day on it, and then I'd stick it on my arm.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite memory.
Mm-hmm.
Just like writing it every morning.
Yeah. No.
And a compliment. So I know, like, you. So my compliment is you have a really kind soul, and I know, like, you know that you have it, but you like sometimes people don't see it, or like people in the past hadn't seen it, but like I see it, and I think now people will start being able to see it because of the work you've done, and you're just so nice to everyone, and I really like that about you, and you don't judge anyone, and you're really kind.
I'm very kind.
Yes, you are. Let's talk about that compliment for a second.
All right. Let's do it.
There was a lot of different things to that.
Yeah.
There was the fact that you've changed so much. I mean, like, I know it too. I mean, you came in here so angry.
Yeah, I know. I was like, P-I-S-T?
And I, like, don't even recognize that as you anymore. Like, it's kind of like a different person who was here.
Mm-hmm.
But this non-judging kindness, like, was that always you?
Yeah. I was never racist or anything. Like, I've had friends of all different sorts. Like, because I look for, like, what's good in, like, inside the person, not, like, if they're, like, cool or, you know.
Right.
You know? Like, I've never been that really cool kid that hangs out with all, like, the jerks.
Right.
You know? I've always been hanging around people that make me feel good.
That's a great quality. Like, never
Yeah.
lose that, you know? Always be the person who builds bridges between people.
Yeah.
You know? It's the only way to live.
Exactly.
And it's great because we all recognize it about you. Like, we all see it.
Thank you.
And that's huge. You should know, like, we see it.
Okay.
Like, sometimes you
awesome.
wonder, like, I do these things, but they don't even
Yeah,
notice.
like I always wonder, like, did people see it? Like, because especially like in my family sessions, it's all about the stuff I did in the past, and it's like I don't think anyone sees this, but it's really nice to hear it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, do your best with this one since I know you don't know each other. No.
I didn't really say much, so I don't really expect
It's okay.
much in return.
Let me see. I don't really have a memory. thought it was. I liked how you were like passionate about your burrito today. Yeah, it made me laugh. Yeah, you were mad, but it like made me laugh inside because you were really passionate about it. And
Not my burrito.
yeah, you're like my burrito's in the trash. Anyway, I liked that about it. That was just funny. And a compliment, I would say. You seem really funny. Like, I don't know you that well. You seem like you have a really good sense of humor. And you, like, bring joy to the house, so I like that about you. You make people laugh.
Thanks.
Yeah, even in a short time. Pretty cool. Yeah, I remember you being funny. Like, you're very quick. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I am funny.
Yes,
Yes, you are.
Robert.
Oh, Robert.
That's what your name is.
Yeah.
Robert.
Correct.
Okay. You don't talk much,
Okay.
but let me try. I think my favorite memory of you is just you asking me if I like your shoes.
All right.
It was really funny. And yeah, I do like your shoes.
Okay.
And like, we barely knew each other then, and he was like, "Do you like my shoes?" My compliment to you. Wait, am I tiring you or something?
That was like the longest yawn. I like,
Eat the mic.
no need to rush a yawn, though. I love a good yawn.
Bro, I'm giving you a compliment. Okay.
Okay.
My compliment to you is, first of all, you're really good with eye contact. Just say that. But, I think there's like a lot inside you that you don't show on the outside. And like you may come off one way, but I think like in the inside you're not like that. So I guess I don't know how you like word that and like
You're doing great.
I'm trying to word it right. How do I word that?
I think what you're saying is that you see an incredible potential inside him.
Yeah, like I think you can go pretty far in life.
Thank you.
I would expand on it a little more. Because, like, what do you think? You say that you see this other person inside rather than...
Like, you could seem like you don't care about anything and you're really pissed off or whatever. But then, like, just these little times when you, like, imitate me or you just, like, make a funny joke out of nowhere or you just, like, say something sassy. It's just, like, it shows the real you, I feel like.
Thank you.
Yep.
So the compliment is for him to repeat?
You have incredible potential. And you have great sass.
Thank you.
You have to repeat it. You say, I have.
I have great sass. I have great potential.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
What do you think about the,
You're welcome.
the compliment that Shakira gave? Would you generally agree with it or disagree?
I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
So there is this other person that you don't sort of like let us see. That's what you're saying. So my question is why? What are you afraid of?
Nothing.
Then why not let us like get to see that other side of you? Why conceal it?
What?
Why conceal this part of yourself? Why not put yourself out there more?
I don't know.
Do you ever wonder?
No.
Maybe you should.
Okay.
Are you just saying okay or you really mean it?
I mean it.
Okay. I think that everybody here really likes you. And I think everybody here, when you like something, you want more of it. You know?
You know it.
Am I wrong? Like, I think what Shakira is expressing is that, like, you bring a lot of humor, you're very kind, and people want it. They want more from you. I can speak for myself that I feel that way in the group. Like, I would like to have more from you. And I think more is a good thing when it's a good thing. I know that sounds repetitive, but like when there are bad things and there are good things in the world. And when you want more of a good thing, that is a good thing. You know, there's like a saying in Judaism that when evil people sleep, it's good for them and it's good for the world. And when righteous people stay awake, it's good for them and it's good for the world. And what it breaks down to, what it means is, when an evil person sleeps, it's good for them because they're not doing any evil, right? Like they're sleeping, so they're not being evil. They're not out there doing evil, and it's good for the world because that means less evil is happening in the world because the evil person is sleeping. And when a righteous person is awake, it's good for them because they're doing more good in the world, and it's good for the world because the world is receiving more good. So the way this relates is because let's compare you to the righteous person because you are not the evil person, and none of you are, you know, but you are the righteous person. So the more you do, the more you give, the better it is for the world and for us as recipients in this world. As us, everybody here in this group can benefit so much from you in the way that Shakira, just that little comment about asking about your shoes, stuck out in her memory as a great moment because it was a moment of connectivity between the two of you.
Thank you.
It was like charming, but it also like ingratiated you to her. She was like, she felt like there was a connection there, and people long to connect, you know, and that's what we're saying. We're not, nobody is reprimanding you for not giving enough. We're just saying it because we want more from you, because we like you.
Okay.
So I think that's a really good compliment that she gave you. And I think it's something to internalize. And like, I know you say okay a lot, which is kind of like,
All right.
I know. but like, I know that's funny, but like,
See, that was sassy right there.
Of course it was.
but the truth is also it is a quick dismisser, to be honest. And it's not, and I'm not saying that to knock you, I'm just pointing it out. It is a way to sort of like be like, okay, move on. And thank you. Move on. Like, continue. My wife and I used to go, her great uncle who passed away, like, we used to go visit him. He was 90 something. So, I mean, like, he lived a long life. But like, we would go and we'd be like, hey, how's it going? And he was blind and he was just like, always like, I'm fine, whatever. And then he would just sit there for a long time, and like we would try to like talk to him, and he would just sit there and he'd be like, I want some ice cream. Get me some ice cream. So we'd get him some ice cream, right? And then he'd sit there and he'd eat the ice cream. And then he would, like, we would be like, yeah, you know, like my wife could be like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm actually working at this newspaper now, and blah, 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 blah. And then he would just be like this and like eating the ice cream. Well, I think it's about time you two got going now. He just like cut us off and like just be like, goodbye, that's enough. Like, and we'd be like, okay. But
That's great.
But it is kind of like, and move along. And you're getting up in the middle of this, but like I really do want you to like, Robert.
I walk.
Yeah, you can walk if it helps you process. But listen to what I'm saying. I really do want you to, instead of like deflecting and sort of like pushing people away, but like, I mean, it's nice and agreeable to say okay, but I mean, there's more that you can engage in, and I would encourage it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just saying, instead of dismissing, engage. All right. Well, we're wrapping up the group for the day.
Thank you for listening to Unnoticed Observer, your window into group therapy. Each episode covers a new theme to open the conversation about mental health and offer insight and guidance. New episodes are released every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Join us on your favorite podcast listening app and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Facebook at Unnoticed Observer Podcast for more. And remember, if you or someone you love is struggling with any mood, behavioral, or personality-related matters, there is help.